Hello, everyone. This is Sharon with Entelechy Visions, and this is an energy update for the week of September 2nd through September 8th. So it's been a rather potent time on the planet, hasn't it? There's so much going on a planetary level right now that you might find that you are in a place of very heightened senses and moving into your fight and flight response, because there's so much happening, and especially with the Amazon fires that have gotten highlighted recently, which is completely devastating. There's definitely a validity and a truth to being concerned by what's happening and feeling some of that sadness, some of that grief, because we can feel like the systems in control, or the places of power that are controlling or deciding upon these elements and these factors, or doing actions towards them, we can feel like we don't really have a say in it, or that things are just being governed without us being able to affect it at all. And so we can go into this place of our fight and flight response, which is completely natural to do, because ultimately we want to protect our safety. We want to protect our home, our planet. We want to protect our own security and ultimately our survival. So our fight or flight response can get activated, and we can go into a place of fear, or we can have our nervous systems become heightened and extra frazzled at this time, because we're kind of getting pulled into our own mental cycles around the uncertainty, the doubt, or maybe some overwhelm around all the little pockets of things that are popping up that seem out of our control on the earth. So if you find yourself going into this place of fear or worry, if you find yourself in a fight or flight response, and know that this is natural, that it's completely normal to go into that response, because it's good to be concerned about these things. It's good to be aware of what's actually going on and want to help, want to do something about it. So there's potency and validity to having that response, because it actually sparks something in us to want to shift, to want to change, and our hearts open because we feel that compassion. We may feel some grief around it, but we feel that compassion for the connection of our collective and where we all live. So if you do find yourself in this space, know that the fear-based thinking is not always the best place to remain. So yes, we can have that response, but to come back to a place of trust and to remind ourselves of what we are actually creating. And this all ties in to the energies right now and the energies of this week, because this is really what we are facing right now, is this sense of control in our minds, or feeling like we are out of control of something, and coming back to that place of trust, that place of heart opening, because that is ultimately our power. If we're feeling like we're out of control of something, the first thing we can do is to come back to a place of our own creator abilities, which is shifting how we are reacting and responding to a situation, to a truth or reality. And so that's the way that we can bring back our power, is to see how we are internally. And that's how we are creating something new. We're creating something different. Yes, there are tangible things we can do to support and get involved to donate to good causes, to support things we believe in. But ultimately, it's coming back to how are we responding? Are we contributing to more of the fear that is already on the planet? Or are we shifting it and we coming back to a place knowing that everything that is occurring has its purpose, has its higher perspective of why this is happening, and to remember that an old world is falling away. Old systems are being deconstructed. Old systems are being transformed. And new ones are being born at the same time. So we're in this paradigm shift, and we've been in this paradigm shift, but we are in a place within the shift where it's going to start getting a little weird looking. Because when you're trying to construct something new, you have to clear away the old or deconstruct something that has been there for a very long time. So it could get a little messy or strange at times, but this is all part of that birthing process. So we have to remember that all is well. There is a higher plan as part of this whole vision, as part of everything that's taking place. So if you go into fear, remember that higher perspective, that there is a reason for all this, and there is a reason why you are here on this planet at this time to contribute to this new way. So I wanted to start the report, the update, with that, just to really tap into how we all may have been feeling recently, and to come back to that place of awareness, and to remember that we are all connected, to breathe, to trust, to know you are okay, and to know that if you stay more in a place of calm and trust, this actually not only supports your well-being and your nervous system so that you aren't wired and fired in your fight or flight response, but you're more calm, you're more receptive, and this is also contributing to the collective at large. So we are finally into harvest season. We have finally entered the new month of September. We are still in a period of integration from all that has happened, all the fanfare, all the fiery season, summer months of Leo season from last month. So it was kind of like so much happened. People were on vacation, kind of tying up things, the last summer hurrah, but it all kind of happened with a bit of a party. So you might have found yourself doing a lot of things, going many places, talking to different people last month. And this is not a buttoning up of all that, but in a way, it's kind of collecting ourselves again and really integrating and also cleaning up anything that occurred over the last month and setting the stage for some groundwork, some really not disciplined practices, but routines. Maybe to start the school year again, maybe to start some kind of new chapter, new direction in your life. So the fall season really brings this kind of chapter change for us. And as we move further into this month, we get closer to the autumnal equinox, which marks an even greater forward movement. So we are being prepped right now. We are being aligned for this big momentum that's about to push forward mid-month. So know that anything that you are tying up or anything that you are integrating right now is for this prep period. to allow you to be your best self, allow you to be your clearest, most clarified and ready self as this momentum will begin and really push forward into the later part of this month and into next month. So what have you been trying to maybe ignore or avoid, or not accepting something that's not working? This is really truly the time to face that and to look at maybe what's truly going on that's not working. In other words, is there something maybe with your job, is there something that you've just been accepting as the norm for your life, but you know deep down within is not meant for you? Is there something that is a maybe for your life? And what I mean by that is throughout life we will feel those extreme yeses, yes moments in our life to really move towards something, to really feel lit up in our heart by. Those are our yes moments. We feel like this is extremely aligned with our heart, extremely aligned with our soul, and everything in the universe is pointing us towards a direction. That is a yes moment. Something that is clearly a no are doors that are shutting, opportunities that don't move easily forward. Those are very clear no moments, or something that feels like it doesn't feel good for you. When you move into a situation, a relationship, a job, you could get that strong nudge. It could be even deeper than a nudge. That this is not right for you. And we may ignore those signs. We may not listen to them fully, just trying to convince ourselves that it could be right, maybe from our minds, thinking practically that this is how it should be, or that we can accept this for now. But I had a teacher once tell me that life is too short for maybes. So it's important to move towards those yeses, and now is the time to really move towards your yes. So what is your yes? And are you currently living in a maybe? Are you currently living in a no? And maybe you just have not fully accepted it or become honest with yourself that it is a no for your life. So now is a good time to really address that and to make the changes that you need, that you know ultimately you need, in order to align toward your yes. So with this harvest season, this is an exciting time of year. It's a really exciting time of year. So we are soon going to be moving toward our long-term visions for our lives. So these are not really small goals that are going to start unfolding and taking shape, but more so things that we have been either picking away at, trudging away at, putting in the time, putting in the efforts, planting seeds every single step of the way, every single month of this year, or even longer, that are now going to start to fruit. So huge responsibilities of things that we have been desiring to really reap those benefits, reap those rewards of something that we have been craving to really come to fruition this month. So we're aligned, we are being aligned, we are aligned. Little play on words there of what is coming next. So prepare yourself in the best way that you can. Really take care of yourself and really allow yourself to go within and see what needs some slight tweaking, which Virgo season is really good for. So be patient, The movement is coming in the best of ways, but allow yourself to fine tune and also to be grateful that we are now entering this abundant harvest season. So I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. If you need additional support at this time, we do have remote sessions or in-person sessions in Arizona. You can learn more at entelekivisions.com. I hope you have a lovely day, and thank you for listening.